people of YouTube, my name is Steve Gray and thank you for watching. Today we're going to be talking about Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, Season 2, Episode 9. And while I didn't particularly like this episode, it wasn't really good, it wasn't really bad, I understood the reason behind it and why they had it here. So this is kind of a side quest episode. Well, it is a side quest episode. The next couple of episodes are going to be side quest episodes, but Mora is going to be the main focus, so that should be a little bit more entertaining for me, being that she is currently my favorite character in the show. So, the beginning of this, we have the Raccoon Demon versus Mora, and he has the ability to switch attacks on each other. So he does this kind of Naruto Jujutsu, ninjutsu style thing going on, and he pushes the attack on Mora, and this is full Inuyasha and full Demon coming at her full force. She just tries to block it. She ends up getting knocked out, so she's out for the count for the day. She is not going to be coming back for the rest of this episode, as she should not be. Not really a lot going on with Riku and Toa and Rion. Rion is most likely permanently blind. There's really nothing we can do about it. The only good thing is Kirin is no longer going to be able to see their location, so he will no longer be able to track them. And that's pretty much that entire storyline. And the main focus behind this is Setsuna, the deity, his love interest, the 5 grain bowl thing, demon slayers. That is the gist of this episode, is that, she needs to save her mother. I'll never be good enough to do this, blah, blah, blah. And we learn the backstory of why the deity is attacking the village with all of the Flame Bowl demons. And that is simply because there was a greedy head of the village, which is still there, and now he's a lot older, and he got really, really greedy. So he ended up having his daughter steal the 5 grain object from the deity, which also somehow gave the deity its powers to a certain extent, not fully, but a little bit, in order to make the village prosperous. Now he has come back to the village because he has a string of fate that is tied to the object, and tied to the woman that she said, she was in love with him, going to fall away, but he thought it was all of a trick. So he came back to the village, trying to find her. He wasn't really trying to destroy the village, more or less warn them, because they have used, they used 100 years of the deity object in just a few years, so inevitably the village is going to become poor, covered in snow, and there's nothing they're going to be able to do about it. They're not going to be able to get as many crops as they were in the past, and they are just going to be all SOL, because they use this divine object too much, and because the amount that they've used it, the prosperity that they've had the past several years, it's ultimately going to just completely ruin that chunk of land for a very, very long amount of time, and there's nothing they can do about it. So I feel like he is coming back as more of a warning, like, hey, I understand that you screwed me. Your daughter tricked me into thinking that she actually loved me, but at the same time, I'm warning you, all of you should probably go somewhere else, because in about 3 days, you are no longer going to have any food, and you're going to be SOL. And he actually says, all the villages around them are also starving. So he was telling, that the head of the village that was very greedy, that, you didn't share the wealth. You were supposed to share the wealth. Everybody was supposed to be processed. Everybody was supposed to have a roof over their head, food in their bellies, just go about their day being happy. But no, instead you decided to be greedy, keep all of it to yourself, and try to sell it. We learned that one of the demon slayers, that he is actually the son of the deity and the woman of the head of the village that wanted to run away with him. And what she did is she was initially going to steal the grain, the 5 grain deity, and bring it back to the god. Well, unfortunately, she didn't do it in time. The god got heartbroken and just kind of left. She got heartbroken, gave birth to her child, and then ended up kind of dying in the process. However, her soul was still attached to the grain object. So what Setsuna finally figures out is, oh, he has a string of fate connected to this object. And she actually is able to touch it with her blade, and see the entire past story of what happened, see what actually ended up happening, showing that, that she stole it initially, she tried to bring it back to him, she said she loved him, wanted to run away with him forever. He was kind of under the impression, okay, let's go, I'm good with this, I'm fine living a normal human life, I don't have to be, protect this place forever, fine going out and raising my family. And then he didn't wait long enough for her, or she took too long to get there, part of the process, so he, kind of was crying, walked away. And that's all she wrote. Nice little sad love story there. So what Setsuna is finally able to do is she's able to see the fate, control the Crimson Bloodblade, run it through her spear, and cut it. And at which place we get to see his old girlfriend there pop out of the ground, out of the grave, which is kind of creepy. I guess she is also, her body is being used to protect it as well, but now that the String of Fate is dismembered, no longer has to worry about that. So he sees her, he becomes a deity again, a god again, and they both ascend into heaven, or wherever it is they ascend into this show, I'm assuming heaven, and the grain kind of goes with them. Everything gets broken apart, and then the village becomes a giant poop hole, and none of the bounty hunters get paid. They're a little bit annoyed, but at the same time, they stopped some human greed in the process, taught some people a lesson, so they're not too bent up about it. I mean, I would be if I was supposed to get paid a crap ton of money, and then they were just like, oh, sorry, too bad, can't do it anymore. So Setsuna is finally able to, use her weapon accordingly and cut the String of Fate. So she will ultimately be able to, face Zero, probably along with Setsuna. Along with Toa and Mora. They're probably all going to end up getting together to face Zero, cut that String of Fate, free Rin, and then off to figure out how to deal with the whole grayscale situation. That was basically the gist of it. So, yes, the past couple of episodes have been filler. This episode definitely was like a side quest filler, but I can understand the reason why. They got to show Setsuna being able to use her new powers, as to why she's able to free Rin. They want to show us building up to it. They don't want to just magically make her, you're free Rin. Oh, we only got like 13, 14 episodes left. I think we are getting 24, as I mentioned. So yeah, I mean, we got a ways to go. We got 15 episodes left. 15 episodes left at this point in time. Next two are going to be another side quest filler, though, unfortunately. That is going to be, it's called part 1 of, Mora versus the giant raccoon blood moon demon. So there's a part 2. So that means episode 10 and episode 11, Mora is going to be doing her own thing. They're going to be based around her. Probably not going to see a lot of Setsuna or Toa. They're probably not going to be doing much. Maybe we'll just see little glimpses and blips of them as they were in this episode. But be prepared for the next 2 episodes just to be filler, contribute nothing to the story whatsoever, because at this point we need to save Rin. Like, that is the main goal. Save freaking Rin. She's dying, and nobody seems to care. She's been dying since like episode 3 or 4, somewhere around there, so we're like 5 episodes deep, and we're no closer to saving Rin, which is really bad. She's going to be covered in that friggin' silver scale by the time we get to her. We do get to see Inuyasha and Kagome. It looks like we're going to get backstory as to how they initially sealed the Blood Raccoon Demon. It looks like we're getting a lot of backstory next episode. I don't think they're going to get freed. They do still need to get freed at some point. That's still part of the problem, too. At some point, they need to come out of the Black Pearl, come out of their father, Inuyasha's father's gravesite, and be prosperous. Maybe do something useful, help the girls out, kill Kirinmaru, kill Zero. They need to both die as well. So I feel like we have a lot going on, and we're just getting stuck on like side quest fillers. This one we'll give this a 6 out of 10. We'll give it a 7 out of 10. Why not? Because it wasn't a bad episode overall. Next 2 episodes, expect me to be annoyed. I can almost guarantee you I'm not going to be happy about those 2 episodes, and they're probably going to get a bad rating as well. You can also look forward to Demon Slayer, because I believe this is episode 7, December 6th, I think, or 7th, is when that is going to be, they're going to start the actual new season, to my knowledge, season 2. So that'll be nice. We'll get to see some Demon Slayer. We'll be reviewing that as well. So probably cutting it down to 1 meme video. I didn't do a one this week. on Thursday being Thanksgiving, you know, family, all that jazz, taking a day off from the video making. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Decent episode overall, more filler coming, so just expect filler and don't expect too much out of it. But it might be interesting. We get to, as I said, we get to see some of the old characters from Inuyasha, so a lot of the fans may enjoy that. We'll just have to sit back, wait, and see how that plays out. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, comment down below what you want to see for future anime and cartoon-related videos. Thank you for watching yet again, and as always, have a good one.